Hey everybody. Whew. It's a fucking scorcher here today. I had to do that. We're bringing you another poker concept video here in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I'm gonna tell all of you guys how to play in an aggressive poker game. And I'm not talking about one where there's a little bit of aggression. I'm talking a lot of aggression. How to deal with those games. There's two different types. You have the gamble heavy, kind of splashy aggression where everyone's just wanting to get in there and gamble a lot. And there's a lot of variance in that game. And then I'm going to talk to you about the other kind of aggressive game where you're in, you know, just a tough opponent game. Maybe it's the only game that you have available for your stake level that you want to play, and there's a lot of 3-betting and 4-betting, 2 and 3 barreling, and a lot of isolation in pots. I'm going to tell you how to deal with this kind of aggression. You know, stick with me throughout this video. If I pass out because of this fucking heat, stick with me anyway. You know, this is all for you guys. I'm just putting the value out there. You know, if I die, so be it. Yeah, I'm sweating like crazy, so sorry if I look like a mess, but let's move into how to beat the splashy game for all you guys. So these games can be a lot of fun, a lot of aggression. There's certain ways that I'm going to tell you how to beat this game. First of all, I'm going to tell you, limit your limps. I stay away from limping a lot. If it's a really gamble heavy, super splashy game, limping your pocket pairs is fine as long as you know whenever someone like 10x's at pre-flop, as long as you're getting like 3 or 4 callers, then you're looking at an okay situation. Those are normally the hands the only hands that I limp would be pocket pairs, or maybe like hand like ace 10, ace jack, king queen suited or something, where you can get a lot of value in a multi-way pot. Start pot controlling, especially if you can't handle a high variance game. Start checking behind your medium strength hands or even top pairs on turns and stuff like that. And that way you can kind of pick off some bluffs if there's enough aggression in this game. Pot controlling can be really important for these kind of super aggressive splash heavy games, especially when they're looking to check raise all in on draws and you're just in a horrible spot because you don't know what to do now on a jack 9 deuce board where you have ace 9. With, you know, 2 diamonds, and games like this are super splash heavy and aggressive. People are, you know, check raising queen 10, 10 8, diamond draws, you know, even some air sometimes there. Start calling in position with your stronger hands. Don't always be looking to 3 and 4 bet in these super crazy aggressive games. Especially like, you know, like ace king, ace queen, king queen, hands like that, where when you flop top pair, you're guaranteed to have the best hand, and a lot of gamble can still go in after the flop. So what you're doing is you're pot controlling, you're keeping your variance a little bit lower even though the game is really aggressive and really gamble heavy, and every time you hit your top pair, you're getting it in a really good spot, or you should be at least. Also, if you ever have a nut draw, like say, you know, the ace high flush draw, or even like 2 overcards with the nut straight draw, stuff like that, be willing to stack off with these hands, because what's going to happen is, if you have the ace high flush draw in games like this, every once in a while, and more often than you think, someone will be willing to stack off with a worse flush draw. They'll be willing to stack off with a worse straight draw, and you're going to be looking at a great situation. You're going to have the best hand, best draw, and it really doesn't happen too often in other kinds of games than this, where people stack off with worse draws, but it does happen a lot. When the game is splashy enough and aggressive enough, be looking to get in all of your money with these nut draws. You'll be in really great spots, and you're gonna make a lot. Remember to keep adjusting. That's why we're here. We're strategic adjustments to fix your game, depending on your opponents or the game that you're playing in. These are really important things. Always be looking at ways to improve. Keep watching the videos. We're here to give you value, help you out. I hope you enjoy the little battleship or cruiser or whatever we got in the background here. It's really cool. We got to get out of the heat. I'm dying right now. Make sure you all comment, like, subscribe below. Glad to all have you once again.